Hey KidsLife, welcome to our series Take the Lead. So, what do we know about leaders? Well, of course, a leader has to take the lead, like a drum major leading a marching band or a commander leading an army. Leaders are always out front showing the way. Legendary leaders in the Bible will help us to learn what leadership is all about, and this will help us to become great leaders too. That's right, kids. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be a leader if you want to.
How? Well, we're gonna find out. But we're forgetting something to just jump right into that. There's something we need to do first.
Exactly.
We need to go through our memory verse. And memory verses are important because a lot of great Christian leaders knew a lot about their Bible. And so we are gonna follow in their steps and do the same. Our memory verse comes from Micah chapter 6, verse 8. He has told you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God.
Okay, KidsLife, let's jump in.
Hi there, chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl.
And I'm Andy. Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
What is up, Andy?
How's it going?
What it do?
Hey there.
What up?
All right, no more. We have fun.
We sure do.
You seem like you're in a really good mood, Carl.
Well, it's because I am.
Well, why is that?
Well, after last week's big idea of everyone can be a leader, well, it got me excited.
That's great, Carl.
It really is. I mean, I'm a leader. I can accomplish so much.
That's so good for you, man.
What? What was that?
Well, I mean, I think it's great that you're confident, but,
But what?
well, leading takes a lot of responsibility, and I'm always scared to lead.
I'm scared to lead? Why?
I mean, what if I fail?
Fail. What are you talking about, fail?
Well, you know how you could succeed at leading, right?
Yeah, if you're good at something, you succeed. What's the problem?
Well, the problem is, just like you can succeed, you can also fail.
Excuse me?
Wait, you mean you didn't know that?
What? Psh, of course I knew that. I mean, when you succeed is like when you fail. It's the conundrum of this sentence is what? What?
Carl, you're not making any sense.
That's because I'm failing, Andy.
But,
No buts. This is it. Every hope, goal, and dream I had has vanished into thin air.
whoa, Carl, that is not...
No more leading for me. Let's take a moment to thank all the leaders that I wanted to be like.
Hey, Jada.
Hey Andy, how's it going, Carl?
Oh, not bad.
You excited about being a leader?
Carl's not having the best day.
Oh, how come?
I'm just a little bummed is all.
Why's that?
Well, I was so excited about being a leader, but then Andy destroyed my whole universe.
Okay, not really. I was just reminding Carl that sometimes when you're leading, you may not always succeed. You may fail or mess up.
And now he just reminded me twice. Why are you trying to destroy my whole universe, Andy?
I'm glad you're not being dramatic about this.
I'm not dramatic! Okay, I'm a little dramatic.
Now, Carl, you gotta understand leading can be scary, but it's so much easier when you have God on your side.
Just like Gideon.
Exactly.
Giddy Woody?
Gideon, he was a normal guy in the Old Testament.
Yup. And one day while he was working, an angel came to him and told him that the Lord was with him.
But weren't the Israelites God's people kind of in just like a bad spot right then?
They were. The people of God were not listening to God, but God still loved them.
Oh.
That angel also called Gideon a mighty warrior.
Hold up. I thought you just said he was a normal dude, not some mighty warrior. Those things are completely different.
Well, Gideon was surprised by hearing that too, but he was told by the angel that he would be the one to defeat the Midianites, the people who have been treating the Israelites so poorly.
Wow, that's huge.
It was, but Gideon started out his mighty warrior status by leading the charge to destroy the idols that his own people had put up.
Whoa, that was bold.
Carl, do you even know what an idol is?
Yeah, it's anything that takes place of God. I mean, God talked about it in the Ten Commandments.
Respect.
Yeah, I know things.
That was impressive, Carl. Then Gideon was told he would have to go to battle, even though his community was weak and he was the smallest in his family.
Talk about being afraid to fail. That's a lot of pressure.
You bet it is. And Gideon was so nervous that he asked for a sign from God.
Like a stop sign?
Not really. What Gideon was gonna do is he was gonna take a piece of wool from a lamp, go outside and lay it down. And in the morning, if that wool was wet and the ground was dry, he knew that God would keep his promise and be with him and help him defeat the Midianites.
How would a wet piece of wool help?
It wouldn't, but that was Gideon's way of making absolute sure that it was God who was calling him.
Still weird, but proceed.
God gave Gideon the signs he asked for, but when Gideon gathered people to join his army, God told Gideon that there were too many people in his army. So Gideon said anyone who was afraid to fight can go home. And do you know how many people went home?
500.
22.
22. Ha! 1,000. 22,000 soldiers.
What?
What?
And even though there were only 10,000 soldiers left, God said it was still too much. So Gideon listened to God, and at the end of it, there were only 300 soldiers left.
Are you kidding me? Why would God take away Gideon's armies?
Well, Gideon was told he would defeat the Midianites, and God wanted to make sure that everyone would know that if it wasn't for God, then they would have failed.
Holy moly, that's incredible. So they won?
They sure did, all because Gideon trusted God and God gave him courage to lead.
Well, that's great. So I guess I shouldn't be worried about failing.
Right? Everyone fails, but it takes real courage and bravery to lead.
It takes courage to trust too, and leading with God on your side is so much better than anything else.
I believe that. What an awesome reminder. God gives me courage to lead.
Hey Carl, that's our big idea.
Heck, what? No, you're silly, Jada. Andy. Apparently, today's big idea is God gives me courage to lead.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. 1,
2,
3.
God gives me courage to lead. Way to go.
Nice.
He gives me the courage and you the courage. And Andy, apparently, who would have thunk? Hey, I got a question, Andy. What are you afraid of?
Nothing?
Really? Not even this?
What is it?
Nothing.
Ah!
Gotcha. See you next week, kids.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Road TV.
So, Gideon. He started off full of fear, but God saw within him the ability to be a mighty leader. He even told one of his angels to call Gideon a mighty warrior. And guess what? God was right, because Gideon went on to lead an amazing attack against the enemy with only 300 men in his army.
300 men?
Yeah, I know, kind of crazy.
Okay, I don't know about you, but some of the things that this Gideon guy did just does not make any sense at all. Like, I get it. Being a leader isn't about, just getting recognition or about being in charge. It can also mean doing what might be unpopular, just because it's the right thing to do. It would take a lot of courage to go against what everyone else is doing, because you know in your heart that God would want you to behave differently. And that's a great example of being a great leader, helping others to see how God wants us to act.
When it's your turn to lead, you might be scared that no one will agree with you, or that you might mess up, or that you're not sure what you're doing. But that's when you need to remind yourself, God gives us the courage to lead.
Hey, thanks for watching Kids Life, and don't forget that God gives us courage in how you're going to lead this week.
All right, Kids Life, we'll see you next week.